Hi there. Have there been times when you felt a little bit down, stuck in the rut, wishing that you didn't have to get out of bed? Well, let me tell you that you're not alone. All of us go through times when we feel a little bit out of sorts and we wish we didn't feel this way because it's not only affecting our mood, but it's also affecting the people around us, maybe the people we live with. So, in this video, I want to share with you some tried and tested techniques you can use to get yourself out of those moments and basically beat the blues, right? These are strategies that I know a lot of other people have used, and I'm hoping that it's going to be really, really useful for you. Now, here's the thing. Before I share with you my strategies, I want to say that I'm not a trained doctor or therapist, and I'm not here to say that you're not allowed to have bad feelings or bad emotions, because emotions and feelings, there are no bad ones. And even the ones that we might call negative, like fear and anger, they usually have a lot of wisdom. It's trying to tell us something. Maybe something important to us is being blocked, or something that's important to us is being threatened. So that's why we have these feelings. And so we can, know what actions to take to protect ourselves. And I'm also not saying that you're not allowed to grieve the loss of a relationship or to mourn the passing of someone. Absolutely not. Okay. But we all know that sometimes we get into these, what I call a funk, for want of a better word. And we just wish we could just snap out of it, right? So here goes. Here are some of my top techniques on how you can do that. So, my first tip is focus on what you can control. Now, here's the thing sometimes when we get into the negative spin of negative thoughts, it kind of takes on a life of its own, and we can't seem to get ourselves of that spiral, right? So, if we can find a way to pivot our focus not on those negative thoughts, but on something more positive, that is a surefire way of boosting our mood into a more positive state. So, what do I mean? Well, one is that you could listen to music that you love. If you have a playlist of your favorite music, put that on, maybe dance in the room like as if nobody can see you, and that can be a surefire way of boosting your mood. Or you could watch something that's going to perk you up. Now, one of my strategies is to watch my favorite comedians, whether it's Russell Peters or Michael McIntyre. That's another one of my favorites. Watching videos that make you laugh or, have you in a happier mood can be a great way of taking your mind off your negative thoughts that's getting you into a funk. So allow me to share with you what you can do as my second tip. So, for my second tip, I would say focus on gratitude. Now, there are two parts to gratitude. There's the gratitude that you feel and you sense, and having that spirit of gratitude. And the other is about gratitude you can express. So, let me talk about the first one. So, when you have that feeling and sense of gratitude, it's about making sure you practice having a gratitude journal, writing down three things that you're very grateful for in your day or in your life, or perhaps about the surroundings and the environment you're in. And the challenge here is to make sure that you don't repeat the three things you're grateful for a while. So, like for 3 months, make sure that you choose different things, and that trains your brain to look for the positives. The other thing you can do in terms of practicing gratitude or the sense of gratitude is to have rituals. Now, Brene Brown, she has talked a lot about gratitude and in her work, and you can watch videos of what she talks about. And she says that it's people who practice gratitude that are happier. So some of the practice could be aside from a gratitude journal, is what she does is she gets her kids and her husband to share, something that they're grateful for the day while they're sitting down for dinner, which is such a lovely practice, right? So introducing that even at work, maybe at meetings, maybe not at every meeting, but maybe once a month, you can have a practice of everyone sharing something they're grateful for the month, even at a work meeting. It trains the brain to look for positives, which can be really useful to you even when things are not going well. For me, the practice was really useful at a time when my mom and I were going through really tough times when my dad was hospitalized, and this was in the last year of his life with us. And I remember that this practice of gratitude had us, noticing things about what people were doing and what people were saying that really helped us during that period of time. Now, what about the other thing around gratitude? Here's something that really works, and I've heard about it, I've read about it, I've tried it myself. Think about someone that you are really grateful for and write a message or a note to them. It could be work related, it could be something personal, but imagine if you wrote down the thank you, but why you're thanking the person. That reminds you of that wonderful deed they did or word they said, and for them, it's going to boost their spirits as well. So, taking the time to write and reliving a moment that you're grateful for and thanking the person for it can be a very powerful way of pivoting yourself towards a more positive state of mind. So that brings me to my third point, which is focus on self care. And when I'm talking about self care, I'm talking about your mental well being, your emotional well being, as well as your physical well being. So, in terms of your mental well being, I've already shared with you that, you can pivot your thoughts. But what about, focusing on some action? It could be something like doing mindfulness breathing, meditation, perhaps you might want to do yoga, but physical exercise like going to the gym and running, that can be really good for you. But if gymming is not your thing, then just having a walk or doing some simple stretches can be really, really good for your body. There's a very interesting connection between your state of being and the state of your mental well being. So try it out. Now, another thing that can help your mental and emotional well being is to just call someone. Now, when I say call someone, it could be a friend to just share what's on your mind. But, sometimes it may mean that you need to seek help. So, self care is really important because, there is a saying you can't be pouring out yourself from, an empty cup. So, you need to fill up your own sense of well-being. So take care of your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, as well as your physical well-being. I just want to remind you that our ability to boost our self-confidence and our positivity and therefore our resilience is very much in our hands and it's in our control. It sometimes may feel like as if it's not, but it is. And I hope that some of these simple strategies that have been used by myself and lots of other people out there to help them, boost their positivity is really helpful and useful to you. I'm really curious as to what it is that you do to help boost your positivity. Would you mind sharing with me in comments? Because again, when you share your thoughts and ideas in the comment section, it helps me. And, I'm hoping that we are all learning together as to how to better respond to some of these negative situations or negative moments that we find ourselves in. If you think that someone could really do with some of the techniques that I have shared with you, be sure to share it with them. And remember to like and subscribe to the video. And I will have another video out for you, just for you, next week.